Hello. Hello. Hello, friends, family, colleagues, network, all across these United States, all across the country. Hi. Thank you for joining my live. I am Dr. Dale, Dr. Dale Laing-Hall. I a year, completed my doctoral degree on the Doctor in Business Administration with a concentration in social impact management, where my research was on emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is, by now, you should know. Watching me, you should know. But in case you don't know, let's go into it. Before we get there, how was your week? How is your year going? 17 days in the year, you guys. 17 days. This year is waiting for no one. 2024 is just zoom, 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 zoom. It's just zoom, zoom, zoom. It's just going by. It's just going by. We're 17 days into the year. How is your year going? How is your 17 days of 2024 going? Mine is going fabulous. Just fine. Just fine. Why? Because perspective. Life is gonna life, but what are you making out of what life is? What did I just make? That's not proper English grammar, you guys. I know this. Life is going to life, and when life continues to life, what are you going to do with what life lives? You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I entertain myself over here. I am here Monday. No, I am here every Wednesday. Where am I going with that? I don't even know. I am here every Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And this channel, this conversation is called Pulse Check with Dr. Dale. What does pulse check mean? What is emotional intelligence? What is all of this? It's checking in with you. Checking in with how you're doing, how you are responding to what life gives you, because life is going to always do its thing, right? So how are you responding to what life has given you? For starters, this far in this new year, how is it going? I pray, I hope with everything that is going well, and if it's not going so well, that well-being comes to you soon enough. Right? And I always quote this phrase from Les Brown: you're either going into something, coming out of something, or about to go into one. Right? So I pray that for you, that whatever situation and whatever it is that you're going through at this time, that you give yourself grace, that you don't overthink the situation, don't overthink it, and be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with those around you, right? Because nobody is isolated from life issues and concerns and problems and challenges and whatnot. Okay, nobody's isolated. So what you do with what comes to you determines who you are. And that's what my conversations are all about. How emotional intelligence can help you respond proactively in a healthy way to yourself first, and then to everybody else. Very important, right? And couple that with human resources. By day, I'm a chief human resources officer in a mental health space. Every other second of the day, I am an emotional intelligence conversationalist, person, coach, expert, guru, whatever you want to call me as it relates to emotional intelligence. That's me, right? So this conversation that I started with, what is emotional intelligence? And emotional intelligence is, you find the dictionary version of what it is on the internet, And it's, of course, the ability to be able to understand, manage your own emotions in a positive way, right? To be able to relieve stress, to diffuse overwhelm, effectively be able to not only empathize with others but yourself, and overcome challenges in a very healthy way, right? That's the textbook version. My version is emotional intelligence is knowing what you know, feeling what you feel at any given situation. Feel what you feel, know what you know, but do not be TLC. Do not take away the love from yourself and from others in that process of feeling whatever you're feeling and whatever you're knowing. So it's going through those situations, emotional life challenges, problems, issues, happy, sad, whatever, going through it all with love to yourself first and then to others. If you can do that, and that's um um what is the quote by the dude that said um a uh, it was by, oh yeah, there you go. Okay, it's by where what is the quote? What is the quote? Yeah. So the quote is, being upset with the right person at the right time for the right reason. Not everybody can do that. That's where that's where the challenges lie for all of us, right? You find the right person, you have the right issue, but to be upset with them to the degree at the right time with the right location, like all of that has to be right. That is what sometimes people don't always master, right? And that's where emotional intelligence comes in, right? So with that being said, so we're going to start today. This entire series is about uh not fitting in. It's about not fitting in. That's what it is. Why fit in when you can stand? When you can stand. Why fit in when you can stand out? Each person is inherently unique with their own set of talents, perspectives, experiences, qualities that make them stand out. Embracing these distinctive traits can lead to personal fulfillment and a deeper sense of authenticity, allowing one to shine in their own way rather than trying to fit into a predetermined mold set by others. Are you trying to fit into a predetermined mold set by others? Are you? Are you? The new year just started. How are you fitting in? Are you fitting into spaces, places, groups, job, jobs, um, trainings, conversations? Are you trying to fit into them? Because if you're trying to fit in, just disconnect. That's the conversation. If you're trying to if you're trying to fit in, it's a disconnect. So Stop apologizing for the disconnect in others when you don't fit in. Stop apologizing for the disconnect of others when you don't fit in. Stop making excuses for other people. Stop it. Ding! Stop making excuses for other people. It doesn't pay. It doesn't help. Stop making excuses for evil. Stop making excuses for people that are unprofessional, that are uncivilized, that are rude. Stop making excuses for them. Evil should not have any space in where there's truth. When it's wrong, it's wrong. When it's unethical, it's unethical. When it's wrong, it's wrong. Stop doing it. It's okay for you to stop doing it now. This is your wake-up call, and this is what I said to everybody my last week live. 2023, leave all that in 2023. 2024, let this year be the year that you stand tall, stand out, and stop fitting in where there's evil, where there's wrongdoing. Letting it go, looking the other way, making excuses for the disconnect that you feel with others. Doesn't do you any good. And here's some reasons why. Ding, 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 ding. Authenticity and self-expression. You can't be yourself if you're fitting in. It's important for you to stay true to yourself and express individual authenticity without apologizing. You're at peace. You sleep better at night. You sleep better at night. And I don't know about you, but I don't need nobody messing with my sleep. I don't need nobody messing with my sleep. We're going to just mention 3 reasons why you need to stop trying to fit in whatever spaces you are in. Why should you fit in when you are unique? You stand out. You were meant to stand out. You are meant to be your best self in these spaces. If you're not your best self and you're dimming your light, or you're afraid to raise your hand, or you're scared to speak up, or you don't feel safe or safe enough to be able to do that, Dr. Dale is telling you it's time for you to check your pulse, call it a day, and maybe rethink that decision you made months, years, weeks ago. You're killing yourself. You are emotionally killing yourself. You're suffocating in that group, in that space, in that job, in that home. In that home. You're suffocating yourself. I give you permission to break free. It's time for you to break free. Break free. Break free. Break free. Break free. Let it go. Let them go. Do the plan. Make it happen. It's fine. If you're not being authentic and expressing yourself authentically and being true to yourself without apologizing, without a shadow of a doubt, you ask any psychologist, you ask any person that loves you without any strings attached, that's a no-no. I did it for a period of time. And I shared last week in how I was in a job. One of my very first job was working in this law office. I shared that. And then there was another time where, unfortunately, I was in a space, a church space, a group that for a period of time it was fine, but then the scales came off my eyes, and I realized that that church, it was just out for the money. And it's not because of what I said. That's because what the leaders in that organization has been saying. They said it. They said it from the pulpit, you guys. How dare you give such little money? Hello. That was my cue for me to bow out. And I stopped trying to fit in. And I made a call. And I left. And I no longer went back to that church. Last week, I told you about my job. This week, I'm telling you about a church group that I was in years ago that didn't serve me no more. And it's because it couldn't be any more plain. For me, I'm the type of person that you got to tell me black and white, where I can't deny that what you just said and what you just did is what you said and what you just did. Husband tells me all the time I'm not naive, very trusting. It takes me a while. I'm like, no, she didn't mean it like that. Did she? Okay, let that go. She does it again. He does it again and again. At what point are you going to stop making excuses? Stop making excuses for the disconnect, for poor leadership, for incivility, for rudeness, for unprofessionalism, for the disrespect. You have to take a stand. Take a stand. I challenge you. That's your challenge. I'm giving you that today. We're walking away today with a challenge from Dr. Nail. I challenge you to look at your situation. Look at your life, all of your life, the church group you're going to, the friends you're around, your job, your household. You're like, if it's not adding to you and allowing you to become the best version of you, then you need to look at, you need to kind of, again, like my director of HR would say, you need to turn the mirror on yourself because you're doing yourself harm. You're killing yourself emotionally. You are. The next point we're going to cover very quickly is confidence. Confidence in your uniqueness. When you stop fitting in, you are taking away the confidence in who you are. In all of who you are, whatever that looks like. I don't get to decide that for you. You decide that. And it's a great thing, right? Just like I decide that for myself. If other people are deciding your fate, deciding where it is that you get to be and get put in, and you don't agree with it, then I challenge you to reevaluate where you are and who you are sharing your uniqueness with. Again, it's detrimental to your emotional health. It is. Go do the research. When you can't sleep at night, when you can't wake up or don't want to wake up, don't want to get out of bed, you're down, you're depressed, you're snapping at people that you love, you're lashing out at them, you're crying, you're depressed, you're at the doctor's office, you have nonstop headache, you have cramps in your neck because you are subjecting yourself to these spaces, these people that is not adding to you, and it's hurting you. Whether it be your job, whether it be groups and friends that you have or you think that are your friends, whether it be these church groups, whether it be, whatever group setting that you are in. If it's not helping you, it's hurting you. And if you're not growing, guess what? You're dying. You're dying. Yes. Yes. I'm telling you. So your confidence in your uniqueness is shot because you are trying to fit into a group that is not helping you. Your personal growth and learning. You are decreasing your personal growth. The potential for you to learn, to see different perspectives, to expand your awareness, different cultural background from different people. You are removing that from your pathway when you decide you want to fit in because you're comfortable, because, it's easier. I feel like I belong. Okay. If you feel like you belong and it feels good for you in here and in here, then Dr. Dale says thumbs up. But if it's not, that's where I challenge you to reevaluate. I'm not telling you what to do. Can't tell you what to do. You're your own person. I am simply saying, hey, make sure you check all these boxes. Make sure you check all these boxes that pertains to you and how you're showing up. Right? Setting boundaries. The importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being cannot be stressed enough. If COVID didn't teach it to you, I bet life is teaching you how important your emotional and your mental health is. It's a real thing. If it's not in line with your ethical, your morals, your principles, then it's time for you to move on, to reevaluate, to reassess, to do some introspection on you. Right? Do some introspection. So that's your word. Dr. Dale has given you a challenge to reevaluate your decisions. Be in that space that you're in. I challenge you, and then I give you a word. In order for you to look at that, in order for you to look at yourself, you need to do introspection. You need to go in to come out. Go in to come out. Go in to come out. So, with that being said, I'm going to challenge you to be better than you were last year. Not against anyone else, but against you. Remember, you're in a competition with no one else but you. Don't look at what everybody else is doing. Look at what you're doing. How are you responding in that situation? Are you loving yourself? Are you loving the people around you? Are you appreciating yourself? How is your self-talk? How is it going up there? How you feel in a given situation. Your feelings come from, your emotions come from your feeling. If I ask you, hey, we just came out of that meeting, how do you feel about that? How do you feel that what was said, what was done, whatever? Oh, I think it was productive. It was good. I feel like we got a lot done, but Why was such and such a person talking that way? That made me feel uncomfortable. Didn't you say why? Did you say anything about it then? Did you say anything about it? Are you going to say something about it now? No, I wasn't. I was just going to ignore it. I see. Because ignoring when something is done that's wrong in your face has helped other people before. Hasn't. It hasn't helped you. Hasn't helped anyone in the past. You see something, it's not right. Speak up. Say something. Because then if your silence is condoning what happened, your silence is perpetuating the situation. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. This is what we started with this year, you guys. Why fit in when you were born to stand out? Be a flamingo, stay balanced, stand by your flock, and always be fabulous. Be yourself. Be yourself, because everybody else is taken. Be yourself, because everybody else is taken. And that's going to be this topic, this conversation is going to be, we're going for this entire quarter, because you can't get enough of being yourself. People are so tied up and glued to pretending to be something else that they're completely neglecting who they are so they can adopt other skills or personalities. That's not them. You are better than what you're pretending to be. That was a good one. If you didn't come here for nothing else but that's what you came for. You are better than what you are pretending to be. So stop pretending. It's fake. People can see it. People can read the vibe. I can feel your vibe. I can feel when you're not being authentic and real. Okay? And you know I'm going to end with my book. My book. It's going to be on Amazon next week, you guys. I'm going to share. I'll put a post out there and all my socials. But I've done reviewing. I've done adding and editing. And the book is out. But if you want to pre-order, please visit my website, dalereports.com. dalereports.com. Thank you so much for joining. This has been Post Check. Post Check. Post Check with Dr. Dale. And what does Post Check means? Well, you're going to have to come back next week. I'll go a little bit more into it. But quickly, it's ponder, understand, check your language, show up, and be completely engaged, right? With nobody else but you. Because when you are completely engaged and check in with you, you are doing it with everybody else. Okay? So nothing but love. I always have a quote or something for you guys. And you know, today is no different. Emotions are great guides, but they're poor masters. That's by Florencia Andres. She's a motivational speaker. Emotions are great guides, but they're poor masters. Emotions they say they're little messengers that tell us how we are doing on the inside. So what are you doing with the messages that you're getting from the inside of you? You gotta respond. You gotta acknowledge them. You gotta listen to them. You gotta manage them. You gotta regulate them in a healthy way. And emotional intelligence, that's what it's all about. Emotional intelligence. Use your heart, use your brain, bring them together, and you create emotional intelligence. That's how it works. to respond intelligently to the emotions that you are feeling, you're expressing, right? And not only you help other people around you do the same thing. So thank you for checking in with Dr. Dale today. I'll see you guys next week, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And comment, like, share. You know, that's if you want more of this. Of course you want more of this. Why wouldn't you want more of this? This is good stuff. This is good conversation. And this is what I share with my groups and those that I share with on a weekly basis. So definitely like, share, subscribe. Dale Reports, that Dr. Dale Reports, that's my YouTube right there. So, and I'll talk to you guys next week, and take care of yourself. One love.